Hey everybody, so today I'm going to be taking a look, or we're going to be taking a look rather, at a really fun Mechanist build, or builds? Two builds that are super fun. This is going to be a power build and then a Conti build. This is my definitive favorite Mechanist build video, alright? I know I made a few of these, but this is like my definitive one. So yeah, so I have two different sets here. I'm going to go over that first. I have the Conti mech, and then I have the power mech. Condi Mech I will typically use in solo content because I like my pet going into melee range because it's a lot better at attracting aggro. The power variant is by far most effectively played with the cannons, which makes it ranged, which means it's not going to be really that good at drawing aggro of enemies and stuff, or nearly as consistent. And it doesn't have the cleave capabilities. It does pierce, but it just doesn't cleave like the melee one does. I will say though it does have AoE at the aim assisted rocket, but yeah. So I'll use the power mech in like world bosses or just group content as a whole. You know, areas where I'm not solo, I'll whip out power, and then when I am solo, I will whip out the Condi Mechanist, which is super fun. So we're gonna start with the Condi Mechanist here. So I have for gear wise, I have Viper's gear with elemental strings. This is really just a standard thing here. Mace pistol with earth bursting and then earth on the other pistol. So most of the time I'm on mace pistol, but if I do need a range, I'll go pistol. But I do prefer just being most of the time on mace. Um, and then for the traits, explosives 3, 2, 2, firearms 1, 2, 3, and mechanist 1, 1, 3. Now you're gonna see that I run J drive on both of these builds. I will switch them out to J Dynamo if I'm in like strike missions or something where it really requires me. If it not requires me, but like if I want to like get the top like DPS that I possibly can out of this build, I'll switch to that. But I just like J Drive for the quality of life. So being able to get the passives while still off cooldown or on cooldown rather, and then being able to um, you know get improved passives, which is really cool. So like 12% more condition damage instead of 10. Shit like that, really cool. But J Dynamo is going to be your best in slot option for that, even if you are running full Signets. But I just prefer just J Drive because it's just better quality of life. Your pet will do less damage technically, which I will say because with J Dynamo here, your skills are going to be on a quicker cooldown, which is going to be great once autocast comes in, which will be pretty soon for Untamed as well as Mechanist. They're adding an autocast soon, which is going to make this even more simple. You don't even have to press these buttons anymore. You could just control mouse 2, and it'll automatically put them on autocast. It's going to be coming sometime soon. I'm hoping tomorrow. It might be August 2nd. Who fucking knows? But yeah, I made a whole video about that. So yeah, I just wanted to go over that, the whole J drive thing. For the signets that I'm running, so we have the heal signet, force signet, shift signet, superconducting signet, and overclock signet. So you could, I think the only area where I'd really switch it out is force signet. You could actually switch this out for general content with barrier signet, which basically is going to reduce your incoming damage by 10%. What? Oh, it's because I have that on. 12% less damage, both strike damage and condition damage, which is very useful. It does also give you a missile block here that applies slight amounts of barrier, not really that much, but it is nice having a bit of a missile block. Although it could be really inconsistent because it's on your pet and not you. And a lot of the times you can't directly control what area your pet is at unless if you use shift signet. So yeah, that is something worth noting. That's a little weird. But yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't really bother switching anything else out. You can go kits if you want, so you can go like grenade kit, but I don't know. I just don't really like kits, so I just choose to opt out of them. I know it's technically less damage, but fuck kits. So yeah, for the rotation of this, I typically start off with the superconducting signet because it just does tons of AoE Condi damage. It's pretty insane. And I leap my pet in there with the first ability. I do 2, 3, 4, use my other pet abilities, so just use both of these. And then we'll use the Jade Buster Cannon here. And yeah, as you can see, just tons of conditions on our target right now. It's pretty fucking insane. And we just basically repeat that over and over again. That's how easy that shit is, man. It's super fucking easy. It's just like, yeah, it's crazy fucking easy. There's a couple of really cool quality of life improvements So like Discharge Array will activate immediately now, and while your pet's doing other things, it won't stop attacking basically, which is really cool. As you can see, it just activates immediately, which is great. And yeah, it's just some really cool changes. That happens on the power version too, for its second skill that it used to charge up a little bit. It charges it up way quicker now. So yeah, it's just a really fun build. Your pet's in melee. It's going to be cleaving, doing lots of condition damage. And it is if you are really trying to go for like the max amount of damage output from your pet as possible, like if you really want to go balls deep on damage from your pet, Condi is your best choice. I've done the testing. It does do more damage than the power version because of the fact that you get the extra superconducting signet there. If you don't use it though, it's probably going to be about the same. But yeah, just a cool little thing there. So for the power version, it's basically going to be the exact same thing. The gear-wise. Berserkers with Golemancer, and then I have Strength, Force on Mace and Shield here. I like Shield because there's some extra CC in there, and some block in there, and missile reflecting and stuff. It's a cool weapon. You can run pistol, but I don't know. I don't find too much of a DPS difference because we're not on Condi here. Like if I were to put on a pistol right now, it doesn't really like do a whole lot. I mean, yeah, 3K is fine, but I don't know. It's not really nearly as effective as the Connie version. I prefer just whipping on the shield. So yeah, obviously better to run like impact or air or whatever sigils, but I don't really want to have to replace sigils, so I just kind of throw on strength, even if it is completely fucking useless for group content. But yeah, I'm still like on top of the damage chart, so who gives a fuck? Rifle here, which is great. Now, I will say Mace and Shield, or Mace rather, is going to be doing more damage than your rifle does with the rifle nerf. But rifle's still a really good ranged option. So if you want to use rifle, go for it. You're going to be doing more damage with Mace, so I would recommend using that. But if you want to use rifle, hey, you know what? Fuck the meta, right? Go ahead and do that. So yeah, rotation-wise, this is very, very, very similar to, I mean, same Signet setup here as well, by the way. Very similar to what we see with. Oh, I forgot to go over the traits. My bad. Explosives 3-1-2, or I'm sorry, 3-1-3. Firearms 3-3-2, and then 3-3-3 for Mechanist. So. It's very, very similar to the Condi rotation. It's literally just spamming buttons off cooldown, basically. So we'll use this one. We're not going to be using Sky Circus because the majority of Sky Circus's damage will come from landing damage. So that's kind of useless, unless if your pet's in melee, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, that's literally the build right there. That's all you have to press. You don't, I mean, obviously, Force Signet for CC. There's nothing else you have to press, literally nothing. So yeah, probably gonna cover it. I think. I mean, look how fucking fast that dude fires his 4-reactor shot there. Super fucking fast. And as you can see, the orbital strike comes in there from the aim assisted rocket trait, which is really, really cool. So your pet's gonna be, of course, firing his stuff. Whenever he gets a crit, there's a chance to fire a rocket that does AoE damage there. You saw a proc that did 4K. And then eventually, with enough of them, it'll launch down an orbital strike, which does a lot of damage. So, yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, power's good, but for group content, and then Condi's good for solo. But yeah, fuck it, you can play whatever you want. I don't give a shit. Yeah.